Now let's talk about the dashboard, which is this little readout down here in the bottom left of your charts. So this is basically just for informational purposes to make certain things a little bit easier. The first thing we're going to talk about is your lot size and risk. So right here you can enter whatever lot size it is that you want to trade, and then you could enter the risk according to your account size that you're willing to take. And what this is going to do is it's going to take that lot size, it's going to look at your account balance in real time, and it's going to take this risk percentage that you've put in here, and it's going to draw these lines right here, these green lines. And what you do is you actually define a risk window. So if you're looking at a specific setup or something that's happening on the charts, you can see where a 2% risk would be according to that specific lot size. So it's pretty handy. This is a great way to not get in over your head on some bad trades, because you could see if you're controlling your risk too tight for the current opportunity. You want to compare how wide your risk window is with the architecture of the market. That way you have a risk management strategy that makes sense according to the opportunity that you're dealing with. So that's the very first thing we're going to cover, was the lot size and the risk percentage. The next thing down here is the spread. That's pretty straightforward. That's just the current spread between the bid and the ask. If you don't use the ask line, then you have a readout right there. Next thing is your pip value. This is going to be reflected from what you put in the lot size right here. This will tell you what it's actually valued in dollars according to the points in percentage on the chart. So pretty straightforward there. And then this is the margin requirement according to what your broker has set forth, according to the leverage you're using. It's basically whatever you put in here, the lot size, you're going to get, it's going to tell you how much margin you need in your account to open that position. And then down here, you have your open positions value. So if you're currently in a trade, it'll tell you how much you're in profit, or if you're down, it'll tell you how much you're down. So you have that quick readout right there. And then right here, you have the session P&L. This is what you're either up or down in a given amount of time. So let me open up the indicator and I'll show you how you can change that. It's pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and open up, just click on the candles here. We're going to open up the indicator box here, and you can actually choose to reset the period. Not everybody trades on a day-by-day basis. In fact, a lot of our users trade much higher time frames. But if you want to know, you want your P&L to reset and go back to zero at the full rotation of the 24-hour cycle of the markets, then you would keep it on one day. But let's say that you're more of a swing trader, or you stay in trades multiple days. Well, then you would want to have a 1 week reset. Or if you take really longer trades, like on a monthly basis, then you could put it on a 1 month reset, and then it'll reset at the turn of every month. So it just depends on what type of trader you are. And that way you can keep track of your session P&L. So pretty straightforward. That's how it works. Just use the dashboard to give you that quick information. And probably the most important thing is getting familiar with the risk management lines. Now, the last thing I want to briefly mention is the fact that the dashboard on default loads on every single pair that you load the ATS algorithm on. It just automatically shows up. But you may not want that redundant information. You may only want to use the risk management and have the dashboard, let's say, on your entry time frame. The time frame you're actually getting in and out of the market with. So if you want to get rid of that, it's real simple. You could go ahead and just either go to your indicators list or just double click on the candles. We'll just go to indicators list here and then go to the ATS version 4.0 right there. Double click on that, open it up, and then you can actually get rid of the dashboard. It says display dashboard right here. Just double click on that, go to the drop down, hit false, hit OK, and then that'll just disappear just like that. And that way you don't have that extra chart space being taken up, and you don't have that redundant information. So just a little customization there. But that's pretty much it. That's a dashboard. It's a great tool. Just really pay attention to those risk management lines. That's the best part of it for sure.